Hello everybody on YouTube land, Jamie Powell here with another film review for you. And before I get into this review, I have to thank Michelle from Epic Pictures for once again sending me a screener of the new Dead Central Presents Dry Blood, directed by Kelton Jones, who also stars as the police officer in this movie. And it stars Clint Carney, who also wrote this movie, and Jamie Valentine. And it's basically the story about this chap who is an addict, and he goes up to this cabin to make himself clean, get cleaned up. And he calls, I believe, an ex-lover of his to help him and to get over this, to get through this part of his, his journey. But when he gets there, there's this police officer, like I said previously, who is sort of stalking him, watching him, and sort of messing with his head a little bit. And he starts seeing things in the house. Now, is it part of him, cleaning up, or is he actually seeing this for real? You'll have to watch this film to find out. Now, this isn't your typical horror movie. In fact, I would say this is more of a character piece. And that's not a negative, that's a positive. I thought this was a very entertaining movie that builds on suspense and intrigue, and it keeps you guessing what's going to happen next. You don't quite know... Excuse me, I squeaked then, sorry. I've got a bit of a man flu still. You don't quite know where this film is going to go, how it's going to end, but it's interesting. I found it really interesting. I thought the performances overall were fine. There was not one really bad note about it. I enjoyed the interaction between the central character and the police officer. At first I thought it was quite comical, but then you realise that there's more to this than meets the eye. I thought the practical effects were fantastic. They really did... there wasn't a huge amount of gore in the movie overall, but the gore that is used is very well done indeed. It's darker than a lot of films I've seen, and that's not a negative either. It's because this is, after all, a sort of horror film. But honestly, though, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was a very well-made film with great central performances. It's very well directed and written, and it has a story which you can get involved with and identify with, and it leaves you wanting more, and it also leaves you questioning what you've just seen. And sometimes a film doesn't need to answer everything, and sometimes a film doesn't need to explain everything. This leaves you thinking, and I like films that do that. Like I said, the ending... So at the beginning, it sets up the character. He's obviously down on his luck. He goes to this cabin. His girl meets him there. There's a police officer giving him shit. and in the middle is him. It's a character piece, I would say, definitely. It deals with his past and his addiction and the turmoils of his addiction. And then the third act, which I'm not going to go into, it goes from one thing to another, and it kind of like my mouth was dropping, particularly one scene which doesn't happen in horror films or films in general very often. Not that I've seen of recent anyway. And it was like, oh, flipping it, they're going for it, they're doing it. I was like, my God, what's going on? Is this a dream? Is this real? Is this in his mind? Is he just coming off intoxications? Who knows? And like I said, I'm not going to say anything else because that would spoil it. You don't want a film review that tells you how it ends, do you? That'd just be pointless. So, to round up, I thought Dry Blood was a truly entertaining film that takes its time. It's about the characters. It's well made. And I think it's definitely worth your time. So, yes, out of 10, I wouldn't say it was perfect, but then many films aren't. And that's not a negative to the people who made this film, produced this film, wrote this film, directed this film. You're all doing a great job, trust me. I think the world of this company, the Dead Central, they have produced some great films. And Epic Pictures, of course, as well. And I really can't thank Michelle from Epic Pictures and Fiverr for sending me the screener to do this. It really means the world to me. I'm sorry that my review is a little late. It's because I've not been too well and overworked at the same time. But the review is here, and I hope you enjoyed my review. And please keep in touch, and any more films coming up that you recommend. If you want me to do more reviews, I'm very happy to do so. But anyway, out of 10, well, actually, I do it on 5 now, don't I? So out of 5, I would say this is a 4-star movie for the sort of film that it is. It's not a big action blockbuster movie that you get at summertime, no. But sometimes you need a film like this to show that you actually appreciate a really well-made film. And this is a really well-made film. I can't express that enough. I enjoyed this very much. So, once again, thank you so much to everybody. I can't wait to see your next movies, whatever it may be. And all the best to you all for 2019 and onwards. And so, 4 out of 5 for Dry Blood, a very entertaining horror drama.